Digest. This kind of food does not digest well. He often read the digest before reading a book. Dilemma. Don't put her in a dilemma. Dioxin. Do you know what dioxin is? Direct. The general directed them to fire. She took a direct flight to Washington. Disaster. Their plan ended in disaster. Disband. You cannot disband the army as soon as the war ends. Discharge. The factory discharges wastewater directly into the river. The discharge of this cargo will take 4 hours. Disclose. He disclosed the secret to his friends. Discount. This store does not discount at all in this season. His words must be taken at a discount. Disease. Don't worry, the doctor will cure you of your disease. Dismal. He lives in a dismal little room. Failing the exam is really dismal. Disparage. My cousin's always disparaging my achievement. Dissatisfy. I'm thoroughly dissatisfied with your behavior. Distract. She was distracted by the accident. Distribution. They are satisfied with the distribution of the wealth. Diverge. His account of the accident diverged from the other passerbys. Divert. My attention was diverted by their argument. Divine. They attend divine service every Sunday. Dominate. He has a strong desire to dominate over others. Dormancy. This plant alternates an active period with a period of dormancy. Dose. She dosed herself with cough syrup. The doctor told me to take 2 doses every day. Download. Please do not download from this web. Drainage. The drainage system in this city has been aged. Drainage. The drainage system in this city has been aged. Drug. He drugged his family and ran away. She fell into a habit of taking harmful drugs. Due. The debt is due next week. Dumping. They have signed the anti-dumping agreement. Eager. She is eager to meet her old friends. Eclipse. It was reported that there would be a total eclipse of the sun next week. Their happiness was soon eclipsed by the death of their mother. Eco-friendly. More and more people prefer to buy eco-friendly products. Economist. The famous economist will come to our college next month. Ecosystem. He said too much fresh water entering the sea might disrupt the sea ecosystem. Editorial. The studio expanded its editorial staff. He reads the editorials in the newspaper every day. Edutainment. She loves to watch edutainment. Electrify. The whole country was electrified to hear the news. Elite. It is a party for the elite of society. Embargo. They have no right to embargo our ship. The country has put an embargo on oil imports. Embezzlement. He was criticized by the public for embezzlement. Emerge. When old difficulties were overcome, new difficulties emerged. Employ. They were employed in cleaning the house. Employment. 20,000 people are out of employment this year. Endanger. Drinking too much endangers your health. Endemic. It is an endemic disease. Energize. She can always energize her friends with her belief. Enforcement. Who is responsible for the enforcement of the law? Enrapture. They were enraptured by the view of the broad sea. Enterprise. We need a spirit of enterprise if we want to succeed. Entice. They enticed the little boy to steal money. Entreat. He was always accustomed to command, not to entreat others. Environmental. The environmental effect of this newly established factory is disastrous. Environmental management. Responsibility shall be defined in order to facilitate effective environmental management. Epidemic. Buying goods on the installment plan has now become an epidemic. Equilibrium. The equilibrium of supply and demand must be maintained. Equivalent. He changed his dollars for the equivalent amount in pounds. Escape. He has escaped safely. The prisoner jumped into a car and made his escape. Establish. This company was established in 1880. Ethnic. China officially registers 56 ethnic groups. Euthanasia. Euthanasia is still a controversial issue because of conflicting religious and humanist views. Evidence. It seems that there isn't enough evidence to prove his guilt. Examine. The police examined the witness. Exchange. We exchanged our opinions about the issue at the meeting. Exclusive. Our company has exclusive rights for the sale of Ford cars. Exhaust. The marathon negotiation exhausted us completely. Expand. Our foreign trade has been expanding during recent years. Expel. Tom was expelled from the school. Experiment. We will do a chemistry experiment this afternoon. He is experimenting with drugs to cure cancer. Could you explain yourself a bit more? Exploitation. They are considering the full exploitation of oil wells. Export. Do you know what the chief exports of our country are? Our country exports rice, but imports wheat. Exterminate. They attempted to exterminate crime. Extradite. The English police have refused to extradite the jewel thief in France Extravagant. Don't be so extravagant. Eyesight. The old man has bad eyesight. Fabricate. Can't you fabricate a better excuse than that? Famine. Many people die of famine every year in Africa. Fascist. I suspect he has degenerated into a fascist. Fault. It was not my fault that I was late. Feminist. She was an English-born colonist and feminist. Fair practice. Can you tell me what fair practice refers to?